A democracy tells you that, the people govern themselves. So therefore, we would. I don't think we would have primetime news. There wouldn't be any government news. Most of the news would be centered around YouTube, would be centered around just updates. You know what I'm saying? Or people finding out the news on the area where they want to find it out on. Now, you have to think about it this way. When you're living in a republic, they tell you what to think about by telling you what the news is today. How do you know that that is all happened today? You get what I'm trying to show you? Because every single time you're watching the local news, you go on the internet, you find out some more news that actually happened, and sometimes news that you were more interested in. And that is when you realize the idea of freedom. You realize freedom truly means finding out what applies to you as a person. There's no way we're living in a democracy or we're living freely if you and at least 10,000 people right now has the same views, has the same TV shows that they like, have so much things in common. There's a reason for that. They are depleting the quality and the value of what it means to be unique. That is being diminished. The whole idea of being unique is being greatly diminished. People are not being unique anymore. People think they are unique, but they are not. The only way people can be unique is if they watch what they want to watch without somebody putting it on for them. They read what they want to read without somebody telling them what to read. You know what I'm saying? They hang out with whoever they want to hang out with without watching movies and programs which suggest to them this is what their friends should look like. The only time people is going to find the true sense of who they are is when they find self-confidence. When they find confidence in not living in the norms of society. When they finally decide they want to live for themselves. They finally decide that they are enough. What they are enough and what they think is good. It's going to lead to something good one day. And people are not feeling that. People, sometimes they get up with this thought of individuality that they want to live on, and then they are talked out of it because they see somebody who tried to go that same route. And then they often say to themselves, what a stupid idea I had in the first place to think I would be different. You are different. We are all different. We can be all. We all have the capability to be different and to be special. We can all rise above the noise. We can all sound special. We can all sound different. We can all be a different person that the world has never seen before. I truly believe that.
It's just that they spend so much time in this programmed lifestyle that they are forced to live in.
And that is why we're forced to go to school. We're forced to be a part of something. We're all forced to be a part of something. Nothing is wrong with that, but when we become a part of these things, we are narrowed down. We are narrowed down. We go to a school and all of a sudden they want to know if you're black or if you're white. So they can narrow you down. At the end of the day, each university would not ask you to present your race, your ethnicity, or none of that background if they did not want to categorize you, if they did not want to start a grouping. That is not important.
And then brag about how
categories
diverse they are.
should be categorized, and the diversity should be based on what people are studying. How much people are doctors, how much people are journalists, how much people are whatever the occupation is. That is what we should spend time focusing on, because at the end of the day, we are all people. We are not a color. We are not an African American man who is studying journalism. We are journalists. You get me? We are teachers, because it's a false idea if you're going to teach a person not to use the word fireman because it is insulting to a woman. So you have to use the word firefighter. But at the end of the day, you want to find out what race or what sex or what gender somebody is when they're applying for a job. What's the point? You're telling people not to call somebody a fireman or a firefighter, right? Because it's sexist. But at the end of the day, you want that person to submit their gender and their creed and all of this personal information that has nothing to do with their capabilities on the job. No, I think there's some personal feelings behind that. I think there's some personal feelings behind the person who instituted that law. The man who constituted or started the United States of America, I believe he's a racist. I believe he's sexist. I believe he doesn't want riches or money to be in the hands of the people, of course, because he wants a system to be established where forever there will be money in the hands of the white man. I believe he was the true gatekeeper of immoral behavior and immoral practices, which we all frown upon today. And that is what is causing this hypocrisy in the American society. We are all living to be not a sexist, not a racist, to be, you know what I'm saying, not somebody who is for tyranny. And at the end of the day, we are realizing that all these qualities we're living to avoid, somebody created that. You know what I'm saying? That person had all those qualities a part of their arsenal, and they used it. They used it to the fullness of their ability, and now we, the children of, you know, that previous ancestral age, is facing the bad results. And when I say the children of the previous ancestral age, I'm not talking about the black children of America. I'm talking about all of us today who are fighting against each other, who cannot live in peace and harmony as young black and white people. I think it is sad when you think of how far people have came, and you are going to want to bring us back a million years from where we have came, back into backwardness. You know, that is not progression. Clearly somebody realized that progression was unity. Progression was unity. So if people are going to, you know, cancel unity out of the equation, clearly that person is for counterproductivity. You know what I'm saying? And this series of counterproductivity is being greatly gatekept. Open your eyes.